I was like, what the hell, dude? I have never in my life, unironically, not even like, oh, in my adult life, like, no, ever since I was a kid, I have never been treated this way ever before. So I was like even when I was younger, it's always been like, oh, if you have good grades, you get good things. Or like, oh, if you win a certain amount, like if you're a certain position in a competition, you get good things. So like numbers always mean something. You know, like if you get a 60 out of 100 in a test, starve, loser. Not starve, but like you don't get good things. But if you get like 90, you get good things. So it's always like based off of numbers for me. So this is so odd. It's not even like I feel in debt in a bad way. Like I have never been this motivated to like pay someone back before. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're like, oh, like for example, like with my parents, let's say, right? Like with my parents, a little bit, I'm like, in the future, my goal is like, I want to be able to kind of like fund them. Like once they're really, really old, they can't work anymore. Like I don't want them to work. I want them to retire and just relax. And I want to be able to support them. Like with my parents, like my goal is I want to be able to support their retirement. Partially, like 80%, I love them and I care for them. But I know there's like 20% that I'm like, huh? No. No, I will say this actually. Thank you for the $100, but this is not normal. I have worked for so many offices, companies, corporations, a lot in my life. Like, it's not like I have one job experience. I have multiple. I will say this with full confidence, right, chat? At least in Asia. I don't know about the West, but in Asia, VShojo is not a norm. VShojo is definitely an it's different. But yeah, VShojo is not normal. Like, if you consider this normal, you will like high-key... Yeah, it's a, what is it? Out here exception? Yeah, VShojo is definitely an exception. Like, this is not normal at all. It's those things where VShojo should be normal, but it's not really. I'm not used to that. I'm so not used to it because I know that at least... I was raised with... Like, I'm not saying this in a bad way, okay? Everyone has their good and minuses, all right? But one of the minuses of one of my parents is they do have a mental problem. When I say they are narcissistic, I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm not saying like, oh my god, they love themselves. They just, all they do is think about... No, it's like, I genuinely mean they have like NPD. Like they do have narcissistic personality disorder. So growing up, I always know like, oh, if they do something nice from me, it's because I need to return the favor. That's just how it goes. If I don't, I'm in deep shit. Right? So it's always like, oh, if you're nice to me, I will return it tenfold because that's what I'm supposed to do.